Well, I hope so, Jay. We've got two extremely talented players, probably both going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. But let's see what happens with the lane reaction we get here.
Weber starts with a strike on 43 and just glares down there. Earlier, beyond the foul line, pointed out the difference in the balls, and we've seen some slick balls in action today and some dull balls in action. Here's Monacelli qualifying second, 224.7 average from Venezuela. Oh, 10 pin. Amleto, 29 years old, 8 titles. High game of 299 this week.
There's a good look at Amleto Monacelli's ball, hooking it off the gutter. He really can crank it up. This young man gets a lot of forward roll on the ball on the back end. That one, I think, almost rolled out, or almost straightened out when I got to the pins. And when you talk about the different ball surfaces, Jay, this is a good look at Amleto Monacelli's biography, you might say. 9 years as a PBA member. And can you pronounce that hometown?
Barquisimeto.
I'm proud of you, Jay. That was great. But when we talk about the ball surfaces, now here's a ball that will hook a lot, and Monacelli loves to see the ball hook. He wants to send the ball way out to the channel and have it roll back, whereas Pete Weber uses more ball speed and a slicker surface to go more directly to the pins.
And Monacelli with a strike on 43.
Right, now here's what we mean. Look at the big turn of the wrist. Watch the ball go well down the lane, almost to the channel, come all the way back, 10 in the pit. And now we'll look at Pete Weber and the difference in the ball. See how shiny that ball is? The reason being he wants the ball to skid farther.
He likes it, and well, he should. Weber opening with a double, up by 10.
Now, here's a good look at Pete Weber on that last shot. Remember Monacelli's ball going from the inside clear out to the channel. Pete Weber is going to the same break point, but he's going more directly to it without the big arc. And that's the reason for the difference in the surfaces of the ball.
He opens with a turkey.
Same results by both players as far as getting the ball to the pocket area, but a completely different way of going about it.
2 titles this year for Monacelli. 5'8", 150 pounds. A strike on 44. Earl, a tough year for this young man who lost his lovely sister. He's a very hard worker, man who has come up here and done so well in recent years.
He's a very popular player on the tour, and all the other bowlers admire him, not only for his skills, but for his ability to handle that kind of an emotional setback and still come out here and perform at this level.
Strike on 43, 3 in a row for Monacelli. They're warming up here in this $150,000 Toyota Classic. Live from Hawaii next, except out on the West Coast, you'll see the action of the final round of the Kapalua International from beautiful Maui, Hawaii. Mark Roffing's home spot out there. What a beautiful place. And Pete's ready to play. David Peoples is leading that tournament. Davis Love in contention along with Tom Pertzer, Nick Price. The final round of Kapalua next. Now Weber is next. The match, even Steven. Four in a row for Weber.
Look at the aggression now. Look at the look in Pete's eye. He is ready. And this is the match we were looking for, Jay. This is what we expected out of two great players. They've figured out the lanes. They know exactly what they want to do, and they're doing it.
And again, there it is again. It haunts him again. Last night, 3 times.
Almost a
second
replay.
Time today.
Almost a replay of what happened to him in the second frame of the first match against Leroy Bornhoff. Watch the 5-pin, the key to this hit. The 5-pin goes behind the 7 again.
Noticing Ray Bluth sitting there. He's shaking his head.
Well, that's just a terrible break. That's all there is to it. There's nothing the player can do about it. He made a great shot. The ball actually hit too hard. Bad break for Weber. Great break for Monacelli. A chance to really jump out here in the 5th frame on 3 in a row. Look out.
Too high. Now he's got a problem.
7-10.
Well, Amleto leaving a 3-6-7-10.
You'll watch the ball hit the middle of the head pin. Actually, he was lucky it wasn't worse than this. It could have been a lot worse. This is a very makeable spare. He'll throw the ball cross lane at the 3-6-10, have the 3-pin, take out the 7.
His wife, Teresa.
Got a chance.
Very good try.
Now he wants the 3-pin, the pin in the front to go over and take out the 7, and that's inches away, Jay, from almost a perfect shot.
Just got behind it.
I think Monacelli on that first shot last frame, his strike ball stuck or slid a little on the approach more than he expected. I think that was, he lost his balance a little bit. He was looking at the approach.
Amleto with a win over Weber in match play in what was a very close match. Now a 7-10 for Amleto over there on 43.
But a different way of going about it. Remember, we talked about the different approach they have with the strike ball. Watch what happens to Amleto's ball. Watch the deflection. It rolls out, straightens out right there, and bounces away. Barely gets the 5-pin. Completely different from Pete Weber's, where it hit too hard. This didn't hit hard enough. Not quite enough energy left when it got to the pocket.
Oh, and comes up, leaving both of them. And, well, Weber opened the door.
Well, this is my fault, Jay. I'm the one that said we've got the match we've been looking for, and right away we got 3 consecutive open frames.
Well, it certainly was moving along in heated fashion through the first 4 frames. A long way to go. Here's Weber over on 44, trying to get in there. He came up a little short. Leaves a 2-8. He's got the lead. His mom, Juanita, there on the right.
And Dick Weber is sitting there saying he doesn't know what's going on. And even Dick Weber's confused. You know there's something tough out there, Jay. Great cover there on a very difficult spare, the 2-8.
Well, Dick Weber, longtime friend of yours and mine, and his wonderful wife.
Look how
great
apprehensive
family.
he is there. You can see the look on his face. He's so nervous. He's biting his lip, his fingers. He's chewing on his nails. He's never nervous when he's playing, when he's bowling. But his son, he gets very nervous when he watches.
Brooklyn. 6-pin. That ball really turned a great deal more than Pete had planned.
Yes, the very edge of the lane. That ball was out farther than any ball he's thrown as far as getting near the channel. And those last 1 or 2 boards, that area of the lane is drier than any other part. And when it gets there, it really reacts. Overhooks. The problem with trying to hit that area of the lane is if you miss, you get 0.
We'll be back with more of the Toyota Classic right now. This from your local stations. A week from today, a very special bowling event, the $200,000 Brunswick World Open at 192-man field. A host of international stars will come your way from the Northern Bowl, Glendale Heights, Illinois, 2:30 Eastern Time. Parker Bone III, the defending champion. And this year, the World Open honoring my partner, Earl Anthony, as their very special honoree. We had a wonderful time Thursday evening in Chicago at the Brunswick dinner. Now, Monacelli. Leto down by 23 and problems on 44 as he leaves the 4-6-7.
And again, the look of disbelief. Now watch him. He felt he'd done exactly what he wanted with this ball. You can see the look in his eye. The ball goes through the middle of the head pin. An impossible spare. Basically, all you can do is bounce it out of the pit.
Monacelli now open in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. He is down 34. He's got to really crank it up.
And you never know what's going to happen on this lane condition. Anything can happen. Monacelli is doing things in trios. He might get the next 3 strikes. Weber could get in trouble. He's made a couple of shots that were a little wild the last 2.
The 10 pin. Should Amleto win the PBA Player of the Year honors this year, be the first time a player has won that honor back-to-back since Earl Anthony did it in 82 and 83.
There's a good look at it. The ball actually goes straight on the back end. It's rolling out. It's losing its side revolution, and that'll leave the 10 pin. And again, the lane surface that they're playing on is synthetic, and there's a good look at it. It's laid down in panels. There are actually 7 panels on the lane, and you can see from the pounding of the ball, the 16-pound ball, how it buckles those panels, and that'll change how the ball reacts to the surface.
Weber striking 8th frame on 44, and it's looking good for Pete. To tell you about tonight on NBC. Parenthood and Working It Out, followed by the Golden Girls. Another for Weber.
And that pretty much locks this match up, Jay, right there. Pete Weber at this point going at a 225 pace, possible 245. The most Amleto Monacelli can finish out with strikes in the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th frames is 201.
He seemed in sync when he struck 2nd, 3rd, and 4th frames, but since then it has been a real struggle for him.
It has, and this is a very common leave all throughout the week, the 2-8, and it's one of the more difficult spares that you can leave. The ball has to basically take on both pins. Just like that. A very expressive eyes of Teresa Monacelli, and isn't she gorgeous?
She is. They're a neat couple. They really are. Too high. Left the 4. Mark Williams finishing 5th. Leroy Bornhop finishing 4th. And Monacelli, with a win today, would take over the leading money winner spot. It would appear that he is going to pick up 8,000. Chris Warren leading the money list right now with 190,000 plus. Monacelli with an excellent chance to have the money leading title and win Bowler of the Year again. We'll see what happens over the next few weeks. There's the money leaders.
As you mentioned, Jay, next week the Brunswick Memorial World Open, and that gives a big check to the winner there. $33,000 could really decide Bowler of the Year.
Brian Boss was in contention here last night, just missed. Weber strikes on 44, and he's going to move on. Pete Weber
That's some performance by
in
Pete
the
Weber.
championship match here of this 150.